Buccaneers. Today we're going to check out Unmatched for King and Country. In our last video we unboxed Teen Spirit, but today we're going to open for King and Country. Unmatched is my favorite board game, and I have every single set except this, but now I'm going to open it. But before that, this is another set from Marvel, and it has Black Widow, Black Panther, and Winter Soldier. The game is for ages 14 and up. It's for 2 to 3 players. It takes 20 to 40 minutes to play. And again, this is from Restoration Games. On the back, it has a little introduction about each character. And when it says, in battle, there are no equals. Anyone, anywhere matches. Fast-paced game of tactical combat between unlikely opponents. Pick your favorite hero, choose a map, and use your hero's unique deck and abilities to win the day. The contents are 3 characters, 5 health dials, 2 sidekick tokens, 96 cards, 3 scheme tokens, 3 combat tokens, 1 game board instructions. Now let's open it. So over here are some of the other Marvel sets like Teen Spirit, Hell's Kitchen, and Redemption Row. And here's what we're unboxing today for King and Country. On the back, they show you all the minis, and it's a checklist, so you can check off if you won with them and played with them. They're also coming out with Brains and Brawn. There's She-Hulk, Spider-Man, and Doctor Strange. They just announced that this will be coming out like a few weeks ago, and this will be the last Marvel set. Here's the rulebook. The good part of these new rule books are the special rules, of course, since everybody knows how to play. Special rules that are battlefield items, brainwashed for a Winter Soldier, a vibranium suit, and then mission ready. We did playtest this also. I don't remember much except Winter Soldier has basically the exact same power as Sherlock Holmes, but that's all I remember. And over here, there are health dials and map tokens. My favorite health dial right here is the Black Panther and Shuri. But the Winter Soldier and Black Widow is not bad either. Let's see the map tokens. Place your fighter in any space, deal 2 damage to a fighter in your zone. All players discard 2 cards. So they did remove the one where you could summon neutral sidekicks. That one was really cool, but it was a bit too powerful, I think. They also did change the map. Oops, I keep punching one of these out. This is called Helicarrier. So this is where the heli pilots go, with all the air jets. This might be the smallest 4-player map. It's very small. All the spaces are connected in so many ways. And then, of course, in the back, you can see more artwork. I don't like it as much, but at least you can see more artwork. If those people who like to study the map, they would really like this. But I'm better with the original artwork right here. It's the same map on both sides, just different artwork. The health dial thingies, that one for the figures. I'll show the figures, the sidekicks, and the cards. Over here's Black Widow's. This one's super cool. You can see her 2, what are those? Bamboozle thingies? They look like bamboozle thingies, so that's why I'm calling them. But this is a really cool figure. I just hope it doesn't break in the process. Nerf guns. Here's Winter Soldier. This is the one that's kind of like Sherlock Holmes, his power. But besides that, I like his little gun that he has right there. It reminds me a lot of those Battle Royale 1v1 thingies. Nerf guns. And then lastly, Black Panther. He is leaning a bit, so it's really cool how he's leaning. Very spread out. I think these figures are all very fragile. They're all spread out. They're getting more spread out. Okay. Here are the sidekicks. Over here is Maria Hill. Black Widow's sidekick. Now for the cards. Let's start with Black Widow, the back. Okay, so she's ranged with 13 health. Maria Hill is ranged with 6 health. She moves 2, and her power's mission ready. Before drawing your starting hand, add the Moscow Protocol card to your hand, then shuffle your deck and draw 5 cards. Your starting hand is 6 cards instead of 5. So it's basically a one-time power, but pretty cool. We haven't seen a one-time power yet, I don't think. Let's see what the Moscow Protocol thing is. Okay, let's see. Put this on the side. So here's her Moscow Protocol. And it's a scheme, actually. It says mission. An opposing fighter took damage this turn. And then draw 1 card and gain 1 action. Acquire new mission. And then here's another one. The Budapest Gambit. Sounds like chess. Mission, you have 2 or fewer other cards in your hand. If you do, you draw 5 cards. Each opponent discards 1 random card and acquire a new mission. The Frenzy Agenda. Black Widow is adjacent to an opposing hero. Deal 2 damage to each opposing fighter in Black Widow's zone. Acquire a new mission. So this one's going to be powerful. Mission, Black Widow is in your starting space. Choose an opponent. They discard 2 cards. Acquire a new mission. Last one. Black Widow is in an opponent's starting space. Deal 2 damage to each of the opponent's fighters. Acquire a new mission. This one's super powerful. But anyway, yeah. Caught in a web. 3 value versatile. Cancel all effects on your... Oh, cancel all? What's cancel all? Huh? This one's confusing. Oh, I think this is a printer glitch. Look, I think this is a during combat and not after combat. But yeah, because after combat wouldn't make sense if you're attacking with it. So I'm pretty sure it's a during combat. But it's a printer glitch. They've had it before. It's fine. Okay, double identity, 3 value versatile. Immediately, Black Widow and Maria Hill may swap spaces. If they do, your other fighter is now the defender. Fake out. If you lost the combat, draw a card and gain action. Super easy. Usual Fate, 3 copies. Pretty good card. Acting Director of S.H.I.E.L.D. for Maria Hill for value versatile. Move each of your fighters up to 3 spaces. They may move through your opposing fighters, then shuffle 1 scheme from your discard pile into your deck. Anyway, Life Model Decoy, 0 value defense. They have a lot of defenses only. If Maria Hill was defeated, place her adjacent to Black Widow. If you do, set Maria's health to 3. So, kind of like a revive. I like reviving cards. Widow's Bite. If you want the combat, your opponent discards a card. It was okay, but you have 3 of them, so it's pretty good. A Widow's Kiss for value versatile. Immediately, the opposing fighter may not leave their space for the rest of the turn. A lot of high values. This one has 2 copies, so pretty good cards. They're very simple, but very good. Widow's Line. Move the opposing fighter to 2 spaces. 3 value versatile, you have 3 copies. And then for the last card for Black Widow, obviously Widow Sting, 5 value attack, move Black Widow up to 3 spaces. So super simple cards. I think a beginner of a match would enjoy this. It would be very easy, but pretty good deck. Better than I remembered, besides the part where they had like 7 missions on the side, separate deck. But yeah, pretty good. Now time for Winter Soldier. So he's basically Sherlock Holmes, except I would say a bit less powerful. Anyway, Winter Soldier, range with 15 health. Moose 2, but his power is basically Sherlock Holmes. Effects on Winter Soldier's cards cannot be canceled. Okay. And then, how come Black Widow's missions is here? Okay. They matched the Black Widow's missions in. So let's see what this is about. It says, when you acquire a new mission, reveal cards from the top of your deck, 1 at a time. until you reveal a new mission card. Add that mission card to your hand, then shuffle up the other cards that you reveal back in your deck. If you do not have any missions left in your deck, you do not acquire a new mission. Okay, so now I know how that works. So it's way different than how it used to be. It used to be 2 separate decks. Okay, so first card, a boy named Bucky. So scheme, 2 copies. Ignore any star effects on your cards for the rest of your turn. Get action. So I don't know if star effects on his cards are good or bad, but I guess we'll find out here on the bionic arm card. 2 value attack. If Winter Soldier is adjacent to the opposing fighter, the value of this card is 6 instead. After combat, your opponent moves each of their fighters up to 5 spaces. Oh, so the star effect is good. Oh, so this card's good and bad. Oh yeah, I remember his effects are good and bad. Some are good and some are bad. I think that's how it was. So this will be good for the bad star effects. But this bionic arm is very powerful. A 2-6 just by attacking melee. You are ranged, but just by attacking melee, that's really powerful. It's kind of like the Huntsman one. There's 3 copies also. It's a super, super good card. Next card, 3 value versatile. Born in the barracks. If you won the combat, Winter Soldier recovers 2. Super simple. It's kind of like Dr. Jekyll's card. It's basically the exact same, just different name, different artwork. The artwork on these cards are getting better and better. 3 value defense only. Complete the mission is the name of the card. There are 3 copies, but it says during combat you may lose this card. After combat, deal damage to the opposing fighter equal to the amount of combat damage you took. Okay, so you're basically, the attacker's basically getting the same amount of damage that dealt to you. So, not a bad card. But it's only 3 value defense. At least you're going to do some damage to the opposing fighter. Fate, normal one. But the artwork, this one's quite plain. Usually they have more characters on the Fate cards. But yeah. Manipulation, draw until you have 5 cards in your hand. Each opponent may draw until they have 5 cards in their hand. So this is when you want to use the cancel all star effects on your cards, because some of them are good and some of them are bad. Marksman, 1 value attack. There's Captain America's shield. And it says, during combat, add +1 to this card's value for each space between you and the opposing fighter along the shortest path. This one was okay. It isn't the most powerful. It may sound powerful, but it's really hard to get some range on the opposing fighter, especially since you have 3 copies. If you want to get high values every single time, you're going to be maneuvering a lot, and you burn your deck a lot too. So not the greatest card, but 4 value attack, programmed to kill. After combat, if you won the combat, take 2 damage. So this is also when you want to cancel all the star effects on your cards. This was a pretty bad one. Luckily, you'll have 2 copies. Reflex memories, 5 value versatile. This is the first 5 value versatile ever in Unmatched. And it says, after combat, discard 2 random cards, then draw 2 cards. So this one you might want to cancel, you might not. Well, it is discarding 2 random cards, so if there are 2 cards that you really want, you might not want to play them. If your hand is filled with a lot of good cards. But if your hand is filled with like marksman cards, then I guess you can risk it. Reprogram, 2 value versatile. Choose 3 cards in your discard pile and shuffle them into your deck. This one's super good, plus you have 3 copies of it. But it's only 2 value versatile, so I wouldn't attack with it in case it gets fainted. But it'll also be risky to defend with it. So maybe attack with it. I defend with it when the opponent is low on cards, because even if they still deal a lot of damage to you, attack back. Willy fighting, we've seen this before, but there's 2 copies. 6 value attack, here's what we're looking for. Without remorse, your opponent may draw 1 card. I guess this one's okay if you don't cancel it. It's only 1 card that your opponent draws. Plus, it can also exhaust the opponent if they have no cards. But it is May, so they may not choose it. Luckily, 3 copies, so that's like 18 points of damage right there. But yeah, that's all of Winter Soldier's cards. Not a bad hero. Not a bad hero. But not the best either. Now for the one that I've been waiting for, Black Panther. The art on the back is great. Oh yeah, I didn't show the back of this one. Here's the back of Winter Soldiers. It's the star he's looking at. Black Panther, may lose 14 health, moves 2. Vibranium suit, whenever you boost, draw a card. Cards stored in your Vibranium suit can only be used to boost. I don't remember this power, so they probably changed it. Shuri is his sidekick, brings 6 health. Not much health. But anyway, here's Black Panther's Vibranium suit. When effect lets you store a card in your Vibranium suit, place it here so the boost value is showing. Okay. Not bad powers. 3 value attack, analyze and adjust. After combat, reveal the top card for your opponent's deck and store it in your Vibranium suit. 3 copies. Oh yeah, I remember this power now. Black Panther, his power is okay. Not the best, not the worst. But it is random, this card, so it's not the best. I like the art on the back though. If I didn't show it, here it is. It's pretty good. I like the futuristicness of it. If that's the word. It's all purple and blue. I love purple and blue. Okay, 4 value versatile for Black Panther. Ancestral Insight. After combat, if you won the combat, reveal the top card for your opponent's deck and store it in your Vibranium suit. Now you can steal the opponent's cards. And there's 3 copies, and it's higher value. So this one's going to be better than Analyze and Adjust. This was going to be your main thing in your deck, I think. Anti-Metal Claws, I definitely remember this card. 1 value versatile. During combat, add the boost value of the opponent's card to this card's value. Then you may boost this card. Super high value if you can. Plus, you gotta use your boost values from the Vibranium suit. Okay, 3 value versatile, cat-like reflexes. If you want the combat, move one of the fighters in the combat up to 3 spaces. 2 copies, not the best card, but luckily it's only 2 copies. Evade, we've seen this before. There's just only 2 copies. Fate, we've seen before. This one, there's only 2 copies. I don't know. Microwave Mesh. During combat, you may boost this card. 2 value defense. Luckily, you can boost it, but you only have 2 copies. So it will be a pretty good defense if you can boost, since you can boost it, but not the best. Only 2 copies. Shuri has a card, 2 value versatile. Nano Charge Processor. Shuri recovers 1 health. If Black Panther is in the same zone as Shuri, he also recovers health. Only 1 health. You only have 2 copies, so you can only recover 2 health for each one. Not the worst, not the best. Regroup, normal regroup. Luckily, it's only 2 of them. Stalking Panther, a scheme card. Move each of your fighters up to 3 spaces. You may move them through opposing fighters. Gain an action. Not a bad one. Pretty good. 3 copies, though. That's quite a lot for that scheme. Okay, Shuri's scheme is tactical remote scanning. It says choose an opponent. Reveal the top 2 cards of their deck and store them in the Vibranium suit. This was really good. I remember playtesting this. It was quite powerful. And then, of course, Wakanda Forever. During combat, you may boost this card up to 2 times. Draw a card for Black Panther's special ability each time you boost. Really good card. There's 3 of them too, so this can be huge value. For Radium Shockwave, you may boost this card 2 value attack. So there's a lot of boosting with 2 values of 3 values. So you might burn a lot of your deck, but at the same time, you're also going to be burning the opponent's deck. So I guess it's not that bad. Only 2 copies though. But that's Black Panther's deck. That's the whole thing. We're going to do 2 live streams and come back with our final thoughts. And we're back. We did 2 live streams, and now for my final thoughts. My favorite character from this set is Black Widow, obviously. My second favorite is Black Panther and the Winter Soldier. My favorite card for Black Widow's deck is one of her mission cards. I really like the mission card concept. Even though they did change it from playtesting, it still is really cool. My favorite card from Black Widow is the Friend's Agenda, which is a mission card that lets you deal 2 damage to the opposing fighter if you're adjacent to them. It's a really good card. Plus, my favorite card from Maria Hill is called the Acting Director of S.H.I.E.L.D. And that lets you bring back a scheme or a mission card from Black Widow's discard pile into your hand. So you can get back the Friend's Agenda, and you can deal up to 8 damage with that. It's super powerful. Plus, the Acting Shield Director card thingy, it also is a 4 value versatile, and that's really powerful since you have 3 copies of it. So overall, that Maria Hill is very powerful, and same as Black Widow. Maria Hill might actually be the most powerful sidekick, besides Huntsman. Huntsman will forever be the best sidekick. My favorite card from Black Panther, Black Panther himself is really cool. I like how he can get the opponent's card into his vibranium suit and boost all kinds of things. My favorite card from Black Panther is obviously Wakanda Forever, since you can boost twice, and you don't even have to use your own cards. You can use the opponents from the vibranium suit. Plus, each time you boost, you get to draw a card. So it's basically you get 2 free cards if you boost twice with the opposing fighter's cards. My favorite card for Shuri is Tactical Remote Scanning. It basically allows you to take 2 cards from the top of your opponent's deck and put it in your vibranium suit. Plus, you have 2 copies, so you can already get 4 cards in your vibranium suit for free, and your opponent can't do anything about it. My favorite card from Winter Soldier, he's my least favorite, but he's still really cool. He did turn out better than I thought he would, but my favorite card is obviously a boy named Bucky, because it basically helps you with the entire game and makes your powerful cards with the star effects more powerful by removing it. So you just get a high value with no bad effects. So overall, these 2 new Marvel sets are both really cool. I like them in different ways. This one has more of a variety since it has a solo fighter, and then the first fighter with many sidekicks, and the first duo hero fighters. This one, I like the cards better and the artwork better, but it doesn't have much of a variety, but the characters are all really good. Also, later throughout the year, there will be one more Marvel set, and it's called Brains and Brawn. It has She-Hulk, Spider-Man, and Doctor Strange. This is the last one. That's what Restoration Games said. But I really hope they make more Marvel sets in the future. If this is fun too, you can purchase both of them in the link in the description. Bye!